Hello everyone, this is Shivangi ma'am here. I'm here to teach Standard 4 Science chapter number 2, and chapter name is Teeth and Microbes. Okay, so yes, before watching this video, read the chapter thoroughly, and after that watch this video and do whatever work I'm providing you, the question answer and word meaning work, do it properly in your notebook. Okay, so let's get started with the chapter. The first page of this second chapter is 17. Okay, so teeth and microbes, it tells us about the teeth, the working, the shape and the types of teeth we have. Okay, and the microbes are what? Microbes are the tiny very small living organism, very tiny living organism. Okay, now when a photographer asks us to say cheese, he actually wants us to smile. Clean and well kept teeth make our smile beautiful. So when you take photos, or when a photographer takes your photo, he tells you to do cheese. When you do cheese, you smile a bit. So he tells you this because he wants you to smile so that your picture could be good. Okay, so they give proper shape to our face. Teeth help us to speak clearly. Having teeth, it gives a proper shape to our face. You can see the old age people, when their teeth become weak, it falls down and the structure and shape of their face becomes weird, becomes bad. So this teeth helps in making the proper shape of our face, and they enable us to bite and chew food. Teeth also enables us to bite the food and chew the food. It also helps in digestion. Okay, it also helps in digesting the food. So our teeth are very important part of our body. So teeth are very important part of our body. It helps us in many ways. Okay, two sets of teeth. Now we'll read about the sets of teeth and kinds of teeth we have. Okay, a newborn baby has no teeth. She cuts her first tooth when she is about 6 months old. So a newborn baby, a newly born baby does not have teeth, and first teeth which comes out, it comes out in when the baby is 6 months old. Okay, by the time she is 2.5 years old, she has 20 teeth. So when a baby become a 1.5 year old, 2.5 year old, they has 20 teeth. Okay, these are called milk teeth or temporary teeth. So these are temporary teeth because after some time, all the teeth gets fall down. Okay, so these teeth which baby has, they are called milk teeth. Okay, between the ages of 6 and 12, the milk teeth fall out one by one and new ones grow in their place. As I told you, this milk teeth comes out one by one, fall out at the age of 6 and 12. Okay, and the new teeth comes. This new set consists of 32 teeth, 16 in the upper jaw and 16 in the lower jaw. So after the falling down of the milk teeth, new teeth comes, and then that is 32 teeth, and it is 16 in the upper jaw and 16 in the lower jaw. Understand? We have the set of 32 teeth in which 16 is at up and 16 is at down. And these sets of teeth are known as permanent teeth. It remains permanent in our mouth. Okay, so here two sets of teeth are given. You can see temporary teeth here: canine, molar, incisor, canine, molar. Okay, these are the sets of teeth, the arrangement of teeth. Now when you'll see in permanent teeth, the last one is molar, then premolar, then canine, then incisor, then again canine, premolar and molar. These are the arrangements of teeth. Okay, so we have how many kinds of teeth? We have 4 kinds of teeth, that is incisor, canine, molar, premolar. Okay, incisor or cutting teeth. Now we'll read about the functions of the teeth. Okay, so incisor is also known as the cutting teeth. Why? Because this is the four chisel shaped teeth at the front of each jaw are incisors. We use them to bite our food. You can see this is incisor. It used to bite the food. Okay, their function is to bite or cut the food. Canines or tearing teeth. On the other side of the cutting teeth is a sharp tooth. These are canines which we use to tear pieces of food. You can see here, these are canine. These are canine teeth. It helps in tearing the food. Okay, premolar or cracking teeth. These are there are four premolars in each jaw. There are the broad teeth next to the canines. They act like nutcrackers. So this also used to crack the food. This is after the canine one. This act like nutcrackers. They are meant for crushing the food. So function of premolar is to crush the food. Okay, so every teeth has its own functions. Now the last one, molars. It is also known as the grinding teeth because it grinds the food. There are 6 molars in each jaw. They are broader than the premolars and have broad upper surfaces to grind food. It is known as the broad teeth. It grinds the food and it they are present in the upper surfaces. Okay, now the structure of a tooth. You read about the functions. We have how many kinds of teeth? 4, that is molar, premolar, canine and incisor. Okay, incisor is used to cut the food, bite the food. Canine is used to tear the food. Premolar is used to to crack the food, crush the food. Molar is used to grind the food properly. Okay, so these. Now we'll read about the structure of tooth. So there are 3 parts. The tooth has 3 parts. The first one is the crown, the top part, the neck and the root, which is inside our jaw. Okay, the outer cover of tooth is very hard and it is called enamel. You can see the white outer cover. It is very hard and that is known as enamel. Okay, enamel is the hardest substance in our body. Below it lies the dentine. So this enamel is known as the hardest substance of our body. Enamel is known as the hardest substance. Okay, so after this, below enamel, it lies the dentine part. You can see here structure of a tooth. The upper one is enamel, and after that dentine, and after that root one is pulp. Okay, so this is also quite hard. Inside the dentine is the pulp. So the upper one is what? Enamel, and after that dentine, and after that pulp. Understand? This is soft and has blood vessels and nerves. This pulp consists of this is soft and it is consist of blood vessels and nerves inside it. Okay, the nerves are connected to the gum through a hole in the root. So these nerves are connected with the gum part through a hole in the root. Okay, it connects with the gum. Now care of the teeth. So you understand the structure of a teeth. The first one is crown, then neck, then the root. It also has the hardest substances, enamel, after that dentine, after that pulp. Care of teeth. If we take good care of teeth, we can save them from decaying. Decaying means kharab ho jana. Okay, so if we take a good care of our teeth, it will always remain healthy. Bits of food that remain stuck to the teeth can cause the growth of bacteria. So this is very important to take care of your teeth, because when you eat, the tiny particles of your food get stuck in the teeth and it starts decaying, and the bacteria starts growing. Okay, bacteria first attack the enamel and form a sticky coating called the plaque. So if that food is stuck, the bacteria will grow, and this bacteria first attack the enamel part. Okay, and it forms a yellowish a coating, a sticky coating that is known as plaque. Okay, then they attack the dentine and finally the pulp, and then the bacteria attack the dentine part of the teeth, and after that the pulp part, the inside, the root part. When the bacteria reach the nerves within the pulp, they cause pain, and when this bacteria reaches the roots of the pulp, it creates the nerves, and start to cause pain. Tooth decay results in bad breath, cavities, toothache, bleeding gums, and indigestion. So if tooth decay has started, so these all problems will occur, like bad breath will come, cavities will come, the toothache, tooth paining will start, bleeding gums, and indigestion also. Okay, the food will not get digested. Calcium and vitamin C are important for healthy teeth and gums. So to have healthy teeth and the gums, we should intake vitamin C or calcium. It helps in keeping our teeth healthy. Foods like milk, cheese, and cottage cheese are rich sources of calcium. So to make our teeth healthy, we should intake vitamin C and calcium also. Okay. Now, tips for keeping teeth healthy. Here are some tips, some advices to keep our teeth healthy. Brush your teeth every morning and every night before going to bed. So we should brush our teeth in every morning, so that the every germs which came at night, that should get removed, and after that in night also we should before going to bed we should brush our teeth properly, so that every food, whichever things got stuck in our teeth, should get removed. Okay, and you have to make sure while brushing that you're doing upwards and downwards properly. Okay, use a dental floss to clean between two teeth. So you should use the dental cloth. What is a dental floss? Dental floss is what? A silk thread using for cleansing the teeth. This is a thread kind of thing which is used to clean the dirt particles which is present between the two teeth. Okay. Wash your mouth after every meal. So whatever you eat, you should wash your teeth. You should wash your mouth after that. Do not have too many sweets or colas. Visit your dentist regularly for checkups. So you should not eat a lot of sweet things, and also you should go to dentist regularly for your checkup. Okay, so these are the things you should do regularly to keep your teeth healthy. Okay, now microbes. Microbes are tiny living things. They can be seen only through a microscope. As I told you, microbes are very small living things which we cannot see with our naked eye. Means directly we cannot see with our eyes. So we need a microscope. Microscope is an instrument into which we see the things which we cannot see through our naked eye. Very small micro means small, and micro things we can see in microscope. Microbes are found everywhere. They grow rapidly wherever they get warmth, moisture, food, and air. So microbes are very small, tiny living organisms which grow rapidly in nature, and they grow where they get food, air, and warmth. Okay. They may grow in soil, in water, inside or outside our body, and in the bodies of other animals also. So it has many places to grow, like inside or outside our body, or inside of body of other animals also. It can grow in soil also, water also. Okay, so our mouth and blood provide favorable conditions for certain microbes. So our body also has favorable condition, means conditions in which microbes can grow. Some microbes cause diseases in human beings. Disease causing microbes are called germs. So these microbes can also cause diseases. They can also make us ill. So these microbes which cause diseases, that is known as germs. Okay, that is known as what? Germs. And not only all microbes cause diseases, some are useful for our body too. Okay, now kinds of microbes. There are four main kinds of microbes. There are four main kinds of microorganisms. Like first one is bacteria. Bacteria are single-celled microorganisms. Bacteria is made up of only one cell. They are known as single-celled organisms because they are made up of one cell. And we human beings are known as multicellular organism. Why? Because we are made up of more cells. Okay, they may be rod shaped, spiral, or round. So their shape it could be spiral one, or it could be round, or it could be rod shaped, straight one. Harmful bacteria can cause disease like typhoid, tuberculosis, and pneumonia. So these bacteria, some are harmful also. Some they can cause what? Typhoid, tuberculosis, and these kind of diseases. Okay. Now other one is viruses. Viruses are very smaller than bacteria. These are much more smaller than the bacteria and can be seen by a powerful microscope. Not with a normal microscope. It could be seen with a powerful microscope. They cause diseases like chickenpox, flu, polio, dengue. And this virus can cause diseases like chickenpox, flu, polio, or dengue. Okay. Now the other one is protozoa. These are the names of the microbes. Protozoa are also single-celled microorganisms. That means made up of only one cell. Malaria and dysentery are caused by protozoa. So malaria and dysentery is a kind of disease, which is caused by protozoa microbes. Fungi are organisms which grow on decaying matter and cause skin disease like ringworm or athlete's foot. So this fungi is an organism which grow on decaying matter, which gets rot. Okay, and it cause the skin diseases and like ringworm and athlete's foot. However, some fungi called yeast help to make bread soft. But some fungi also are useful for us. Some microbes are useful. Apart from these disease-making microbes, some are useful also, like some bacteria change milk into curd. How are they useful? So, one useful thing is some bacteria change normal milk into curd. Curd, it is dahi. Produce vitamins in our body. Some bacteria produces vitamins in our body. It helps in the decaying of dead plants and animals. So if microbes are there in the soil, so it helps in decay dead plants and animals which is in the soil, and it helps in getting mixed with the soil. Helps in digestion of roughage in animals. So bacteria also helps animals to digest the roughage part of the food. Okay, so in total we should keep our teeth healthy, and teeth are very important for our body. Okay, so this chapter is completed. The word meaning and question answer part I'll provide you through WhatsApp group. Okay, stay home, stay safe.